Hello, everypony, and first April Fools! No, there's no boobs. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick intro to get your attention. And yeah, saying first happy April Fool's Day, and I'm going to make my top 10 list over my favorite MLP episodes in season 7. So I hope that you guys will enjoy. I will put a couple of videos together, so maybe I will sit with my headphones on or not. If the intro scared you a little bit and you thought it was something else, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show my naked upper torso for you guys. I have a cute boyfriend that's doing that for you guys, so I don't need to. But yeah, nevertheless, here we go. Okay, so my number 10 is Celestia's advice, how to say that, and I just really love to see all of them together, them giving these red or purple hearts, so how to say that. And yeah, I just love their interaction with each other, Discord, doing this stuff with Twilight, and Twilight and Starlight interacting with each other, and Starlight actually being ready for going out into the world, and Twilight being ready to let go of Starlight. And like, I see a lot of myself and my mom in this, actually, if Celestia is the mom for Twilight, and Twilight is the mom for Starlight. I know that's a little confusing, but yeah, I really do enjoy this episode, and I think like it had a lot of good stuff happening. The only thing I had a little issue with, like, there was a lot to keep your mind occupied, or how to say that, but yeah, elsewise I think like it was good. I particularly don't like the ending with Starlight being able to stay at home and stuff like that, because it's almost like a mother, as I said, not letting go of their child or letting them go out into the real world, or how to say that. Okay, yeah. My number 9 is actually a tie, and it's hard to say anything and to change a changeling. Now, hear me out. The reason why I have 2 on this list instead of 1 was because I couldn't choose. I both think like they deserve a mentioning and deserve the 9th place. Hard to say anything was just because I really love the narrative of couples, and I must admit I had a great time with the Justin Bieber pony singing the song for the female pony. And finally we get a ship that is actually something that we can root for into the future, and I will get to other ship later on that we also are rooting for. But yeah, I really do enjoy hard to say anything. The only thing I didn't like with this was that Big Mac is falling for the help that the CMC is giving him with the fantasy book, but he could be so in love, so he actually doesn't know what he's saying yes to. And I think like it's a sweet resolve that they're finding out, and yeah, that's actually all that I have to say about that. And to change the changeling, what can I say? Like, Forex's brother is just so nice, and I think like it's a great episode to laugh about. So yeah, that's why they're tied with each other. I think like it has the same humor quality for me. So yeah, that's why they're both on number 9. The only thing I didn't like was that mole stuff that came out. I think like it was an interesting design, but I do feel like it should have been only Forex and his brother, I forgot his name, but yeah, them taking care of this mall and not the main six helping and everything. I know, like, in the end, it was Forex taking care of the mall himself with his brother's help. But yeah, I still feel like it could have been done a little like smoother, or how to say that. But I did enjoy, and I was laughing with Forex, and rooting for the brother to actually turn and change into the new form of changeling that there is. Okay. My number 8 is a role problem, and yeah, I'm going to have a field day with this because I really enjoyed a role problem. Like, there is, of course, Daybreaker and Daylover. So yeah, there's that, and there's all of these interesting things. A little bit more development for Starlight. So we actually see some of the things that she's afraid of, and getting a resolve for the sisters that we actually have been waiting for a while now. Or maybe it's just me, but I thought, like, I really like that we had a little bit of character development for both Celestia and Luna. Even though, like, Celestia is my favorite princess, so yeah. That's maybe also why Celestia's advice is on number 10. I really like that Twilight finally goes to Celestia, and in this, like, in a royal problem, I really feel like, yeah, it was a good thing that it wasn't Twilight that was sent on this mission, because, like, then it wouldn't have resolved anything. I think, like, the good choice, or the only choice, was actually Starlight, because she's the only one that can change the cutie marks and stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode, and there was just some really great visuals with flamethrower coming out of the mouth of Daybreaker, the flaming throne room scene and everything. Yeah, that's just beautiful for me, and made me laugh and make me, most scream when it happened. But yeah, I contained myself, so yeah, I really look forward to more episodes with about Celestia. I think, like, we have a lot about Luna, but I would love to have that as well. But yeah, who knows? Okay, yeah, my number 7 is Honest Apple, and I'm so sorry for you guys that don't like this, but character development for Applejack, how dare we? No, I'm just kidding. I'm quoting Second Opinion. I really feel like Honest Apple is a really great episode. One of the episodes that's actually overlooked in my opinion. And yeah, I really enjoy and see myself so much in Applejack's situation here. As I told you guys before, I actually had episode with one of my best friends. I'm still friends with her, but where we can't agree upon, certain things, almost like the strawberry and the apple in this case. And I really feel like Applejack needed this lesson, and the fashion show and all of that good stuff is just, the cherry on top. The only thing I don't like is the ending with, Applejack saying that they're all winners. But of course it had to be like that, because, like, nobody can, be losing in this case. But I still think, like, they should have one single win, one that won all of the competition. But yeah, I really feel like this, was a good episode for me. And there's a lot of good stuff happening with Rarity as well. She learns a little bit more about Applejack, and, that sometimes, she should also have asked her beforehand, and, maybe taught her a little bit about fashion and all of this good stuff before she started on taking her in to a judge. But nevertheless, I really feel like it was a good episode, and I like the characters, and it was fun to see photo finish again and the other judge. So Who's complaining? I'm not. Okay, yeah. Now for number 6 is marks and recreation, or how to say that. I'm sorry, but yeah, it with the CMC and them and the blank flanks. I forgot his name, the male character's name here, but I really enjoy the episode because like not it's kind of like driving you in a way where like okay, you're meant for this, or you're need to do this is your dream and stuff like that. But he's just the male one is worried about he's going to get a cutie mark in something that he doesn't enjoy, and his dream is to become a wonderbolt like his brother, but his brother is just like learning him these stuff at the last point with maybe I was a little quick to get my cutie mark, and I actually wish that I had more choices. And he finds out like the brother actually likes to cook also, and stuff like that. And a cutie mark is not only one single thing that you are specialized at, because like your cutie mark, for example, can be in flying, but it doesn't mean that you can't be good at, for example, cooking or singing or all of these other stuff. And I do agree with this. I do think like the cutie mark is the strong potential, the one that is over all of the other stuff that you're good at. So the cutie mark is like what you are best at, your number one, or how to say that. So that is going to show, so every pony can ask you for help if they need help in that particular area. And it just made me think so much, this episode. I really enjoyed it, and I think like the CMC have come a long way, especially Apple Bloom, because like she was also afraid of her different forms of cutie marks and her being one of the ones that is actually accepting about the blank flanks. And well, she's having a hard time when he divides the camp up in two and are going against her and stuff like that. But I really feel like they came a long way, the CMC. Sweetie Belle still needs some work, but yeah, I do feel like she was one of the CMC that was really, appreciated of her cutie mark when they finally got those together. But as Starlight says in one of the other episodes, it's not every pony that is so lucky, so they will get the cutie marks the same time as their friends, and that can maybe lead to other stuff. But I will not get into all of that. I just feel like it was a good episode, and it also made me think a lot about the different kind of cutie marks, and how we're actually looking upon cutie marks, and how we're supposed to portray our own cutie marks. So yeah, that's actually it. Okay, yeah, on my number 5, and here we go on to common ground, is discarded harmony. Like, I really enjoyed this episode. I love Discord in this episode, and I actually also love Fluttershy in this episode, even though that she's my least favorite number 6, or main 6. I really think like they're playing good on each other here, like they're almost a little bit more than friends in this. I love Discord's universe. I love the way that he is trying to, change himself for her, because he gets worried, and that backfires, and she have to do something in chaosly to get him back. Because she becomes afraid like he will disappear if she doesn't do anything that is disorderly, or how to say that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I must admit, like, it made me feel really happy like nothing was going to happen to Discord. But I also feel like it was really sweet that he would, change himself. I just feel like it has a really good message with this. You shouldn't be changing yourself too much for the ones that you love. Sometimes they just enjoy you for who you are. So yeah, what can I say? I really did enjoy that. Yeah, okay, and all of the shenanigans with Discord and his, where he's dressing up and he's making the room and he's buying stuff and, having this talk with Pinkie Pie. It's just so funny. So, yeah. But okay, yeah, for my number 4, it isn't the main thing about you. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, here it's about Rarity, and the message is that you're beautiful no matter what. I think like still some more stuff could have happened to her, so she not only had lost her hair but also wore something in her face or something. But I know like the episode is not going to go fully out with this, because like it's also have to be okay to look at Rarity. So yeah, I do understand, and they didn't want to hurt her more than she already was, and I really feel like it's a good and interesting episode. I love the message, I love the ending. I will agree with second on this. This is a really good episode. I really like the reference for her and her under the hood almost being like the Phantom of the Opera stuff, and her finding out like how shallow people or ponies can actually be when you're not looking your best. But yeah, after she finds her inner beauty, or how to say that, and looks beautiful again, becoming the punk Rarity, it was like, yeah, this is really good for young people to actually be aware of this, and if we need more episodes with this, with teaching how you're portraying yourself, because there's a lot in the media and a lot in the My Little Pony universe as well that is putting a lot of pressure on young children and young girls and young boys as well. So yeah, that was actually all with that episode. My number 3 is Forever Philly. Yay! And now all of you guys are being like, what? Are you serious? Yes, I am. I think like this is the best Rarity episode in my opinion in season 7, and actually all of the seasons combined. Oh jeez, I really see myself and my mom in this episode. Her, trying to get back and get the past back, and trying out all of these things with Sweetie Belle, and trying to get what she had with Sweetie Belle when she was a child. And I must admit, like it really resonated with me, and I was thinking a lot about my mom and how we are interacting nowadays. So yeah, it was really good episode, and it also shows like sometimes you don't understand your children and you have to talk with them a little bit more. You will always be a child in your parents' eyes. So even though that you move out on your own like me, and you have everything that you actually are showing and you're doing all that you can, you will always be a child in your parents' eyes. And I really feel like this is a great way to show children and also grown-ups how to handle this situation. I just really love the message, and it really resonates with myself, so in real life. So yeah, that's actually all. And I really love the small cute outfits they're putting together, her and Rarity. So yeah, there's also the the fun part and them sharing the ice cream at last point and stuff like that just made me go like, okay. Uh, Now for my number two is Shadows Play. I know this is kind of cheating because like it's two episodes in one, but I really did enjoy, the also the message of this one. I love the visuals in this one. I think like Starsworld is more the villain in this one than the Shadow Pony Stygian actually is. I know that Stygian actually stole the items and tried to make copies and stuff like that. But what is that saying? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. No, I'm just kidding. I really do feel like this episode is also hitting hard to home, and you want somebody to come and help you if Shadow Pony comes and overtakes you. The reason why I put it not as number one is because there's another number one, but also because like I feel like there was this great opportunity to make the Shadow Pony actually Sombra, or being that actually overtook Sombra and made him evil, so we could have some more, throwback or some more story intertwining with the storylines, or how to say that. And I actually thought it was Sombra the first time I saw the Shadow Pony. I was just like, oh my god, they're really, putting stories together. It all makes sense now that, it was one time on Stygian and then it flew off and then went to Sombra and stuff like that. It still have the potential to do that, but I don't think like they're going to do that in that route. I really loved Twilight in this episode as well, and the other main six, and of course the pillars. I really did enjoy, the way that they're playing off on each other, their friendship to each other, and what they're representing. I really feel like they're getting, all of that out there. Especially Starlight also. I really do feel like we had a lot of growth for Starlight in these in season 7, but maybe I'm just alone about that. But I really feel like you feel for Starlight here. She would have been banished if it was Starsworld instead of Twilight in this timeline, or how to say that had to take the reins, or how to say that. So yeah, thankfully it wasn't that the case, and Twilight was actually, instead of fangirling, you should, be taking care of all of the other stuff that that is important, and you should have listened to Starlight and stuff like that. But amazing scenes, and yeah, that's all that I can say about that episode. I really feel like it was really great, and I can't wait to see the pillars again. I think like Starsworld had taken down into the library of Starsworld the Bearded, so he's living in the Crystal Empire now. So, but that's actually only my ideas. So, for my number one is Secret and Pies. No, I'm just kidding. It's the perfect pair. I will talk about Secrets and Pies and the other episode that I don't like afterwards as an honorable mention, because I really actually think like they're good episodes as well and worth watching. I'm just not putting them on my list because it's not my cup of tea. But of course, number one is A Perfect Pair, and it's because I resonate so much with this episode. It's really personal for me and hitting me, in all of the right places, and you can see me, my and and Second Opinions reaction to this episode, and afterwards I actually broke down and had a long talk or cry out with Second. So yeah, I just really feel like it resonates a lot with us, because like we're a couple in real life and we have some long between us, and can't see each other when we want and stuff like that. But really great episode. We finally got some clarification about Applejack's parents. We got some beautiful scenery, and we got a great background story. The only thing was with the babies actually being able to talk, but I can look through that to get a great story, and I know that it was based on Romeo and Juliet, so yeah, it's also something, maybe it has resonated in me with, the story. I know the story, and it's good for my nostalgia, or how to say that, to know the story, or how to say that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see more episodes like this. I don't think we're going to get more clarification than this, that they're actually past and gone, because the ponies are talking about them in past sentences and saying like, for example, Pear Butter was a really sweet pony and stuff like that. So we are knowing like they passed, and this is a great episode to show your children when they have a loved one, or someone that they were their friend that actually passed away, and to get over all of this emotional stuff that happened. And sometimes you just need to be thankful for what you have and who you can see in real life and have time with in real life. For example, my family and my friends, and of course I'm seeing Second on Skype every day, so yeah, I'm really thankful for that. Okay, for my honorable mentions, as I said, it was a choice between Secret and Pies and Once Upon a Zeppelin, because both of the episodes have the problem for me that I think like there's something in the episode that is disgusting. Now, this is maybe only my own personal opinion, but like, okay, I will take Secret and Pies over Once Upon a Zeppelin, because like in Once Upon a Zeppelin, Shining Armor is always greenish in his face and almost throwing up, and it's not, the most greatest thing ever. I really did enjoy that overhyped fan, actually. And I did enjoy, having this character moment with Twilight. And I did really feel for Twilight when she misses the, Northern Starlights or what it was. This happened for me in real life as well. So I actually know firsthand how she feels. But with Shining Armor being sick and stuff like that just takes away from the episode. I know it shouldn't, and I know it's just a cartoon, but yeah, I just feel like uncomfortable and stuff like that. And Iron Will in this is really great as well. I think like they chose a great character for this moment. But the reason why I'm taking Secret and Pies over Once Upon a Zeppelin is like Secret and Pies is for me starting out like this great amazing pie, and then becomes a little bit better, or how to say that, you get bored and you also like get too much disgusting things in the end with Rainbow Dash diving into the pie, and no, it was just too much for me. But I did still feel like it's worth watching, because like the first half of it, or a little bit more than half of it actually, right before the end, is filled with all of these great visuals, great throwbacks, Bring Out Your Dead, and the blinking episode, and you know, all of this great stuff. And Pinkie Pie being like going all insane with all of this. One thing I think like Rainbow Dash is, you know, having a character moment here, but she could have asked Pinkie Pie to bake her, for example, cookies instead of pies and stuff like that. But again, I'm overthinking and overanalyzing stuff. I feel like it doesn't have to be like the thing that we're focusing on, because like I do agree with second opinion here. There's a lot in the episode to take out from, instead of the who is better at baking pies and all of that stuff, if she ever ate a pie and stuff like that. I don't see the meaning of all of that, and I really enjoyed, you know, Pinkie Pie's secret cellar, and her being like figuring out that Rainbow Dash was not eating the pies, and it was almost like, oh, sacrilege and stuff like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. The best thing was the thing with the laser eyes. That was just beautiful, and it made me laugh so hard. You can also see my and second opinions reaction to this. So yeah, I will say that those two are also worth watching, but they're not going to be on my top 10. So I'm sorry, second, I love you, but yeah, this is my top 10, and this is how it's going to do. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And kisses out for a second opinion. Yeah. Bye all. Hey.